It's very dear to my heart because we have a guest who's going to be with us tomorrow on this story. And it says, if we were directing him, he would have done better. Kaywa on Lasmid's Abysmal VGMA performance. We're going to have Kaywa with us in the studio tomorrow.
Interesting.
So we're definitely looking forward to picking apart this story. Now, Lasmid's performance at the 2023 Vodafone Ghana Music Awards came with backlash, but his former label boss Kaywa has said his stagecraft at the event would be better if they were involved. Kaywa, who recently revealed Lasmid had exited the label with the help of the artist's lawyer in Nigeria, stressed in an interview that if the Friday night hitmaker was assisted by highly spiritual music at the time of the awards ceremony, the performance would have been different. If we were directing him for a performance, he wouldn't have done that, he said. According to Kaywa, even though he found Lasmid's performance at the VGMA disappointing, it didn't please him and he does not wish bad for the artiste. However, he said it is impossible to work with Lasmid again if he decides to come back to the label. There is no way we can work with him again because his decision was to go, Kaywa said. Currently, Kaywa has signed 4 new artists to highly spiritual music. They are Kadeen, Joe Vibe, Sugar Lord, and Joe Verse. I said, wow, did you watch Lasmid's performance at the VGMAs?
Yeah.
Did you really think it was as abysmal as Kaywa is saying?
Well, every individual looks at, something from their perspective. And I would say that there are quite a few things that, actually took the attention of that young man.
Yeah.
And so one would say that he was struggling with, putting on his coat properly and all of that. Because we've seen Lasmid perform Friday night.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing.
Yeah.
And so what happened, on the VGMA night? And so I'm sure that we have to take a lot of things into consideration, know what he went wrong with. And so that's the most important conversation worth having now. What went wrong?
I mean, I was at the VGMAs, and the thing that really stood out for me during the performance was that it was very short. That was the thing that I can say was what I noticed. I don't think I have an opinion on how bad it was.
Okay. I mean, I would like to think that you guys have been very politically correct. Lasmid was abysmal.
Oh.
Abysmal. Like, it was very poor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to put it the least. I think, from now onwards, if you want to describe, a performance that went wrong, you could probably say that, he did a Lasmid, literally. It should be a verb at this point.
The dictionary.
You understand?
Okay.
It was bad. It was that bad, and I think we need to call a spade so that, as an artist, we'll be able to learn from it, and move on. I've not seen him perform before. Probably you guys have seen him perform before.
I also hadn't seen him perform before, so for me it was
Have you seen him perform before?
I've actually not seen him perform. I've actually watched him on TV.
Oh, okay.
And I've seen him perform, and it's good.
Yeah, it's good. So it means that he had a bad day on that day.
Exactly.
But for a lot of people, that was a showing. You understand?
Yeah,
so
for me, that was like the first benchmark. So I was like, oh, okay, that's it. Okay.
and the thing about that thing that really sucked was how he was in the couch. It looked like they can't spot there. You understand? So it was like, what is going on? You understand?
Yeah.
And Kaywa is actually saying that if they had prepared the thing, it would have been better, but we'd never know. Again, I go back to Kanye West's, lyrics, or whether this one is not actually a lyric. It's a statement he made on the Grammy stage that, they said, what would Kanye do when he doesn't win this award? So he's actually won it, so I guess we'll never know. Literally, so they didn't prep him. He wasn't the one. He wasn't under them when he came to perform. So we would never know as to whether it would have actually been better or not. But we know Kaywa does have a track record when it comes to artists. We saw, I think Crimey was also on his label, right?
Yeah.
The highly spiritual. We have this guy's name, the guy who did the hit with Sarkodie.
Kel Songs.
Kel Songs, exactly. You have Mr. Drew. I think Mr. Drew is also leaving the label.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Drew is also one of. I think Mr. Drew with his dancing and everything is one of those very great performers.
Well, Black, let me ask you this.
Ask me.
Since you're talking about people that have been through with Kaywa.
Yeah.
Let's not, you know, actually highlight any of them, but let's look at this fact that what are some of the things that you think they contribute, or what are some of the factors that you think that contribute to a very successful, you know, live performance?
Obviously, you are supposed to have the mastery of the stage. The confidence is very important.
Definitely.
Also, it's very important that the setup is really good for you. You understand? Because you could be ready, everything. The sound is bad. You are not getting the feedback.
Yeah.
You know, it could really go wrong for you. And then it's also very important, rehearsal. I think that is what a lot of Ghanaians, I've realized, a lot of Ghanaian artists don't really pay attention to. You know, literally when you want to play a show, they do a playback. There's a name they call it, I've forgotten the name, but like you're supposed to all the antics that you're going to do on stage, you're supposed to prep, you know,
for it.